This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Friday, January 24th, 2020. The title of this rant is 400 U.S. billionaires worth almost $3 trillion. And I'm talking about this in the context of the upcoming election. And the reason why I'm saying this is things have got to change in the United States in terms of wealth inequality. So right now, the richest American, Jeff Bezos, worth about $116 billion. Number 400 on that Forbes list is worth $2.1 billion. The average is $7.4 billion. You multiply that times 400, that's $2,960 billion, blah, blah. Give or take a billion here or there. And there are other billionaires who have less than $2 billion. So wealth inequality is a tremendous factor in the United States. And that has to change, and it really needs to change in this upcoming election. So we need to really understand that inequality in the United States is 100% based on a policy of choice by governments passing policies in favor of the very wealthy over at the expense of, let's say, everyone else. And when I say everyone else, I'm really talking about women, people of color, and the poor, because that is how the economic disparities express themselves most here in the United States. Okay. And again, another part of this is that this wealth inequality, or this incredible wealth at the top, with a very, very select few, is really a sign of a failed economic policy. And it is a policy that the Republicans have promoted and promoted and promoted, especially in the last 40 years. Just remember, Reagan's big thing was you're having trouble, and the worst 9 words a person can hear is, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. But we have a vital need to reduce inequality here in the United States and, yes, across the world. And the reason why I'm saying this in reference to the upcoming election is that while the impeachment's going on, while we have all these great Democrats out there talking about how they want to reduce inequality, how all the policies they want to come up with, our friends on the Republican side, in the bowels of Washington and all over state governments, city governments, local governments, and let's just say political operatives, PACs, etc., they are doing everything that they possibly can in terms of this upcoming election to come up with, let's just say, schemes, dirty tricks, policies, and laws. To do what? To prevent women, people of color, and the poor from voting. And of course, and why are they doing this? Because they like the status quo. And what is the status quo? The status quo is a patriarchal system here in the United States, which is dominated by white men. Now, I didn't bother to look in to see how many of those 400 wealthiest American citizens are white men, but let's just say predominantly white men. Very few women, very few people of color. This inequality, we have to address it. It goes into the fabric of the life of this country. Things need to change, and it can only come about if we can have free and fair elections. We vote this guy out, and we vote every single Republican out of office in this upcoming election. We can't do that, but as many as we possibly can.